Welcome to the GCN Tech Clinic, where we answer your bike and tech-related questions. As ever, you can submit your questions down below in the comments section using the hashtag AskGCNTech, and we'll do our best to answer as many of them as possible within the permitted time. Alex, without further ado, what's this week's first question?
Pressure's on now with time limit.
Yeah.
It's from Purpa_IKIS. Dear GCN, my aero road bike has come with 7mm seat post clamp and the respective saddle. I'm looking at purchasing a new saddle. Most of them with carbon rails require a 7x9 seat post clamp. I understand I will not be able to fit the new saddle to my current rail clamp. Can I swap it out, or do I need to contact the bike vendor to ask if they can provide a 7x9mm clamp? Yeah, you need to contact your bike manufacturer to get the specific one for the seat post which is fitted to your bike. They're all ever so slightly different, so you can't just get a generic one.
Yeah. But on high-end bikes, they do tend to offer both the round rail ones and the oval railed clamp options.
Also, double check, because if your seat post clamps top and bottom, it should be able to fit that carbon rail as well.
That's one of the things, like a lot of, that's better when they do that. They're always better designs, those ones.
Yeah, I like it when
they
it's like
accommodate both.
Right, next question, who we got?
Tariq Maruf, who says, I got a Canyon Endurace back in June. I live in Canada, and hence no option but to order Look pedals from the Canyon website. I don't understand that.
No, I don't.
All other pedals are illegal in Canada.
Apparently so.
So he went for Look KO2 carbon pedals. Unclipping from these pedals is not that easy for me. I've checked this multiple times. Tension is at the lowest. I have unfortunately fallen off a few times and scratched a few spots on the bike. Oh no. Most of my friends use Shimano SPDSLs. Anyone else faced a similar situation? Do I need to work on my leg muscles to be able to clip off easily? Sometimes the thought of not being able to unclip gives me anxiety, and I don't want to go out for a ride.
That is not good to hear.
That's tragic.
That is not. 2 points spring to mind for me. One, the same with pretty much everything in life. Practice makes perfect, and it will help build your leg muscles up for unclipping, because it's quite an unnatural movement to start with.
I think the key thing is, get on the turbo if you can, ride indoors and practice on the turbo doing it indoors.
Yeah. Because
you shouldn't have difficulty unclipping from Look KO pedals. They're like a tried and tested design used by, I think they're the most popular pedal system in the world, actually.
Potentially, yeah.
So, just make sure you're twisting your ankle out and not just trying to yank your leg sideways.
Yeah, twist your foot to the side. Also, as the cleats wear ever so slightly and bed in, it will naturally become a little bit easier to unclip, because when any cleat system is brand new, you do notice it's a little bit tighter. And the third thing I want to add in, you're not the only person that's fallen off when they haven't been able to unclip. First time I ever got clip-in shoes and pedals, jumped on my bike, rode 100 metres down the road, went to turn around, fell off right outside the pub. Lots of people noticed and laughed.
And the other thing you got to remember is even Tadej Pogacar and Remco Evenepoel would have felt nervous the first time that they used clip-in pedals and rode outside.
Yeah.
Guarantee it. Everyone does. But you get over it and you get used to it.
Practice.
Mark 1 says, can anyone help, please? My rear derailleur will no longer change down into the smallest 5 to 6 cogs. The front lever clicks, but nothing happens. Top 5 shift, no problem. Cable barely moves on the 6th sprocket and then doesn't move at all after that. Bike just transported to Vietnam. Could the wife's head have rattled out? Could the wife's head? No, wire's head. Have rattled out of its place in the shifter?
I think there's an obvious issue here. This has happened to me before when I've packed a bike away and bike bag flown anywhere. The cable has really got bent on where it ends into the shifter, and it's either caused a kink in it, which is causing all that additional friction, or the wear on the cable has just got to the point it's started to wear through it, and it's not allowing the cable to shift through. This is a particularly common problem on mechanical shifters that have the cables integrated underneath the bar tape, because it adds a real tight radius curve. That's where the wear occurs.
Yeah, I think change your cable.
Change your cable, set it all up correctly. Done.
Next question.
This is from David. They say, what are the best initial upgrades to make a budget road bike? Oh, to make to a budget road bike. They bought a $200 alloy road bike, and all of the different upgrade parts all of the parts are upgradable. Any suggestions?
First thing, what we always say.
Tyres, tubes.
Done. Right, there you go. That's it. Happy New Year.
Get the bike to fit you correctly as well.
Yeah.
Like, work on your body position. and get that right, because that can often be free. Then start to look at tyres, tubes, that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Russell Verona's next, saying, can you combine mountain bike brake levers, Dior, SLX, XT, etc., to road bike brake calipers, 105 Ultegra?
In some instances, yes. I don't know for all of those different options that you've put me there, because there's lots of different compatibilities and choices that you can make. But there's a really good website where, it's a Shimano-owned website, where they list out all of the different components that they make and cross-reference the compatibility between all of, that problem that you've got there.
Yeah.
So it will say what caliper works with what lever, so that you know that it just is a robust system.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Next question is from Yellen1, who says, when submitting a one-by bike to the Bike Vault, what gear should it be in?
Well, I think you've actually got two options. Biggie smalls, like always, or the middle of the cassette to make the chain parallel.
All right, I'll go with that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Okay, good, thanks. Shay says, hi GCN crew. I found at work an unused ultrasonic cleaner. I cleaned my cassette using the ultrasonic cleaner and it's done wonders. Thinking of cleaning other parts of my bikes that's been in use for over 3 years. Do you think it's okay to clean? Front and rear derailleurs, yes. Shifters, not so sure, by using the ultrasonic cleaner. Obviously, he's talking about mechanical stuff.
So in chemistry labs, you actually don't call them ultrasonic cleaners, they're known as sonicators.
Really?
Yeah, so certain things like, I wouldn't put in one, I wouldn't put my hand into one because it will sonicate your bones.
That sounds absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to leave it in there for a long time. It's not just like you just stick your hand in and out comes a skeleton hand.
Yeah, that's what's in my head right now.
Yeah.
I was terrified. I'm never going to do my chain again like that.
I think I would be wary of the derailleurs just because derailleurs have a lot of thick grease in them.
Yeah.
And it'll strip everything out. So yeah, you could thoroughly clean like derailleurs if you wanted to, but just be aware that you're gonna have to probably take them apart a little bit so that you can reinstall that thick grease that is a key component of how they work.
That's kind of the lines I was thinking along. If you've got this really in-depth method of getting all the grease and grime out, you've also got to have a similar method to get it back in, because components need that stuff to lubricate them and work. So shifters, I'd be pretty mindful of doing that.
Yeah. Shifters tend to stay pretty clean as well.
Yeah, okay. Right, I'm glad I cleared that up. Neil Partridge, when I get into a very aggressive position on my custom-built road bike, is meat and two veg, feel like they're being squashed against the saddle. Do I need to tilt the saddle forward slightly or get a saddle with a channel in it?
For those viewers who aren't from England and might not be familiar with that particular euphemism, he's alluding to his family jewels.
Yeah, that's really got me. So saddle with a channel in it.
Yeah.
Yes, I actually think that's a really good solution to have. I always use a saddle with a channel in it.
I'm a big fan of the short nose saddles for this reason. And that's why they were developed. They are an ergonomic evolution over previous saddles. But I mean, I used the SLR, the Sella Italia Boost, which is the Boost. Boost normally means you've added something.
Yeah, but
in this case, they've taken something away.
Yeah.
The name doesn't quite make sense.
Yeah.
But the Boost, it's a shorter nosed version, and for getting in an aggressive aero position, one of my favourite things. It works really well.
Okay, right. Last question this week is from Mike Mickelson Gaming. Oh, fair enough. Hi guys and Manon, when doing the aero hoods position, I always get sore triceps after a couple of minutes. Do I just need to practice the position more, or am I doing it wrong? Practice, like I said earlier, practice makes perfect for everything.
Yeah.
I think it is likely that it does put a lot more strain on the triceps.
Yeah, the more you do it, the better you'll get at it, and then you'll be able to hold it for hours.
You just basically get on your bike and ride in the aero hoods position and not move out of it.
Do some planks.
Planks? Oh, okay. Do some planks, apparently.
Some exercises, some core training.
Okay, cool. Hope that's cleared up all of everyone's questions. Sorry if we didn't get to your question, but as always, let us know in the comments section down below, and we'll pick them out next week, shall we?
Love you, bye.
We're out there. Bye.